Blessings of peace and grace, everyone, and welcome back to another Seed of Faith segment of How to Begin Healing. Today, we talk about 6 basic tips to self-healing. Now, in this episode, we'll wrap up a few important tips when beginning to heal from a person, an experience, or a situation. The previous 5 episodes, of course, cover many more healing techniques and in detail. These episodes are designed to help you get started down the path. Of course, I advise starting with episode 1 and so on for continuity. And if you are having severe difficulties in your healing process, maybe you might want to think about seeking out some professional assistance with someone that you can resonate with and feel comfortable to help you through. So for now, let's take a look at these 6 tips. Remember, these are only a few of many that we have access to. The first one would be, number 1, confusion to clarity. We want confusion to clarity because when we are hurt, we are confused. And we want to seek that clarity for closure. We may not receive the closure that we were hoping for, but we can gain clarity for closure. So ask yourself these questions to start off with. What did I learn about myself in this situation? What did I learn about the situation, the person, and the experience? What decisions did I make that, may have led me here? Is this a repeated experience? And can I accept this as a life lesson well learned so that I may let go and move on and free myself? This is forgiveness. Can I be grateful for the life lesson that, I didn't exactly appreciate, but now I realize that I am free and I won't have to deal with this particular lesson anymore, and I'll be able to remove the hurt, the burden away. Also ask yourself these questions. What are your strengths, gifts, abilities, and blessings that are bringing you through this healing? What works in your life? What may not? What is serving your higher self? What is not? And once you have more clarity on these things, you can move forward to healing and to closure. Now, the second thing I'd like to talk about is living in our wounds. Living in our wounds too long can be detrimental to our well-being. And although the healing process does take time and we must be gentle with ourselves, we want to remember not to take up permanent residency in our wounds. So identify and cut out that which triggers you and replace it with what gives you joy. Don't allow living in your wounds to imprison you. Now, the third thing that's important, any part of our life is, truth. It's easier to tell the truth, because it's the right thing to do. But if you tell the truth, you don't have to worry about keeping your story straight and to whom. Because lies, deceit, denial, and harm to anyone in any way has a habit of returning to us. This is similar to the concept of karma, the reference of karma. Karma apparently doesn't determine what is good or bad. Karma doesn't determine right or wrong. It is for us to decide. Karma only knows to return to us our thoughts and actions in the same way it went out, whether it serves us as an individual or not. I thought of the concept of a boomerang. You throw it out there and it returns right back to you. So truth and intention will keep us grounded and certainly keep us out of some trouble. Now, number 4, this is so important. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for what you have gone through and have endured. Give yourself the credit deserved for making each small step towards healing. Take the small steps and allow God, allow the universe to do the rest. Allow divine guidance in your life. Give thanks as if it was already happening. Give thanks as if it's already in your life. And stop, as they say, stop and smell the roses. Stop to breathe. Stop to laugh. Be grateful, play, pray, and meditate. That's so important in our life. It's important to our health in all aspects of our health. Now, number 5, halt the ruminating thoughts. We don't like those. Ruminating thoughts. When those negative thoughts arise, turn them into a positive outcome. This is what we're practicing. Turn the negative thoughts into a positive outcome or change the thoughts to something else completely. It'll work. It just takes a little practice. Quiet your mind and ask, what do I need to know, Lord? Here's another thing. I heard a strange analogy, how to retrain our minds, our thoughts, and our emotions. Apparently, one way we can train our thoughts, the brain, is with the same methods that we use to train a dog or a horse. Consistency and patience are key. Now, when negative thoughts arise that do not serve you, you tell your mind no, you tell it to stop. And when you're trying to quiet your mind while it's wandering around, you're trying to think, you're trying to meditate, you're just trying to stop all the noise, tell it to sit, tell it to stay. This is the same concept of the timeouts we try to give our kids. The idea is to pause the mental and the physical action taking place. Sit quiet, calm down, and ideally get a new perspective that will revise the unwanted patterns of behavior. Now, number 6, this is obviously our goal, right? Transform your mind. Transform your mind. Faith, osmosis, belief, power of mind, law of attraction, all of that. We are informed by faith, all faith and science, that what we tell ourselves is or isn't. What we tell ourselves is good or bad. And what we tell ourselves will or will not happen will be our reality. Now, a little scary on the accountability part, but look at the flip side. Also, you can create what you want in your life, how you want yourself to be, with the same practice. So it's a beautiful practice to know. Now, there are a few warnings. You may have heard the phrase, we've heard this from my mom. You may have heard the phrase, be careful what you ask for because you just may get it. It took me a while to figure that one out. And it means a few things. First of all blessings that are received, that we want, they'll require our attention and maintenance and love in some way. Are you prepared for what you want to bring into your life? And will you be able to maintain the same loving care for the current blessings that you have? If our intentions now are ill will, destructive to ourselves or others, we'll get what we want, all right. And the universe will take that opportunity, take us up to the top of the mountain and give us push and give us a kick off, pull that carpet right from underneath us to straighten us out, only to find our path and to straighten our thoughts and our actions out. So, we have to ask ourselves before we put it out there, are my intentions aligned for good? Does this come from a place of divine love? This will help us keep us in check and how we are co-creating with God in this universe. Now, you all see these are only a few gifts of resource from your treasure chest that God has made available to you. Do you remember as a child the feeling of possibly finding a treasure chest? Did you look around your yard or your neighborhood in hopes there might be a treasure buried somewhere? Do you remember the anticipation of talking with your friends and your siblings of what might be inside that treasure chest? Gold, silver, and jewels, yeah, they're wonderful for sure, but they can be stolen, lose value, and get lost. Well, some treasures are worth much more than gold and silver and last for a lifetime. Abundance comes in many forms in the treasure God provides to each one of us. And you have the key. You have the key right now. It's you. So open your heart. Let God's divine love enter it and soften it and enlighten it. That treasure chest sitting over there that has your name on it is just sitting there. It is your personal gift from the divine when you are ready to open it. And realize now the first and most valuable, precious, most glorious piece of treasure that God placed in that treasure chest, it was you. It was you. You're the first piece. So I wish you love me. You continue to walk in the light and abundance and the discovery of God. Also, if you would, please subscribe and share and like this channel to help it grow. You can check out facebook.com/seedourfaith, variety of content and music and inspiration. Blessings of peace to you all. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.